Today, we are going to be taking a look at ViperSwap. This is one that we have been asked to look at for some time now, so let's get into it. As ViperSwap is a DEX, let's start by talking about what a DEX is. A decentralized exchange DEX is a peer-to-peer marketplace that connects cryptocurrency buyers and sellers. In contrast to centralized exchanges, decentralized platforms are non-custodial, meaning a user remains in control of their private keys when transacting on a DEX platform. Let's cover the advantages of decentralized exchanges. So on centralized exchanges, every transaction is overseen and recorded by a central authority, the exchange itself. Through smart contracts, decentralized exchanges execute trades and record them to the blockchain, enabling trustless transactions. And since DEXs do not hold your funds, they are less likely to be targeted by hackers. And of course, we can talk a little bit about privacy as well. Traders using decentralized exchanges don't need to disclose their private keys because wallets are held externally. And the DEXs do not, are not liable for those funds. For the same reason, users aren't typically required to complete KYC or AML procedures when using DEXs. Now that we have a good understanding of what a decentralized exchange is, it's important that we talk about two things. First, ViperSwap, and then Venom DAO. So ViperSwap was the first product to launch. This is a Uniswap v2 and SushiSwap style decentralized exchange mixed with 𝗲𝗂 Finance's token emission model. And ViperSwap is now the leading exchange on the Harmony protocol, surpassing $18.5 million in total value locked and approximately $200 million market cap. So significant progress has been made. And since its launch, it has seen the first yield farming decentralized exchange on Harmony. It implemented the first product-grade industry-standard multi-asset decentralized exchange analytics and graphing solution. It became the first decentralized exchange on Harmony to be listed on CoinGecko. And of course, it became the first HRC20 token listed on CoinGecko as well. Okay, so now we're going to actually just demonstrate how to use ViperSwap. So this is actually a really straightforward process. The first thing that we need to do is actually add our MetaMask wallet. So in the top right hand corner, we're just going to click on connect a wallet. We'll just click on this quickly. Obviously you cannot see it, but my MetaMask has actually opened up on the right hand side here. I'm just going to choose the account. I'm just going to click next on that and we're going to connect that up. And now we're all good to go. So now we have my MetaMask connected. Obviously you'll have to make sure that your MetaMask is first of all set up with the Harmony protocol, and I'll put all in the description below all the information required to do that. So what you're going to do first, guys, is actually just select your token. So we're going to swap from one over to Viper. So we're going to go ahead and just find Viper from our list here. You can see that we got Viper or X-Viper. We're just going to go with Viper. And what we're going to do is basically just go ahead and just swap, right? So I have 43 one tokens. I'm rolling in it, and we're going to basically switch these over into Viper here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on swap. This will actually then just want us to update, so we're going to update the price. We'll accept that, and what we're going to do is just confirm that swap. This will open up your MetaMask where it will ask you to confirm. We'll just click on the confirmation there, and basically its transaction has been submitted, and we can go ahead and add the Viper to the MetaMask. We'll click this button here, and then we'll go ahead and add the token there. So now we've actually added the Viper into the wallet. We can close this one down. So the swap's actually happened, right? That doesn't really generally matter too much in terms of whether or not you independently link up the Viper token to your MetaMask, or whether or not you actually automatically do it from the swap itself. But right now what we can see here is we have a balance of basically 0.009 for the one. But if we actually go ahead and then actually load up Viper here, we can actually see we've now got 3.33 Viper. And again, if I wanted to, I can switch this back into the Harmony. And this is super cheap and affordable to do, but it is important that you do not switch everything. You do need a little bit of one in your wallet to be able to power the network. So you want to make sure that you do have a little bit there ready to use as gas, but obviously it's super cheap. cheap, so you do not need terribly much of the one token to actually use the network. With this being done, now we have Vyper with so many additional functions that we could go ahead and use. Vyper, the next thing that we want to do is actually generate some LP tokens. So the best way to do this is to head over to the pool section just over here in the top left hand side, and this is where we're going to add some liquidity. So we're going to create a liquidity pair, and what we're going to do is just click here, and what we're going to do is basically select the Vyper that we have in our wallet. So we're going to click Vyper. We're going to hit the maximum amount of Vyper that we have here. We're also going to create a pair here with Harmony1, and again here we go, right? So we now get an equal balance between the Vyper and the Harmony1 token, and these have to be the same. It's easy just to hit the maximum number when you go through this for the first few times. Once you get used to it, it's important that you obviously have equal amounts to the same value. Okay. With that being done, we can go ahead and approve the Vyper. And from here, you'll open up your MetaMask. It's automatically opened in the right-hand side. You guys won't be able to see this, but all I'm going to do is just confirm that. And it's basically approving the Vyper and adding the liquidity to the pool. It's all approved. We can go ahead and click on supply, and we'll just confirm the supply here. And what you can see is basically we've deposited Vyper at 3.33 and one Harmony at 43.53. And obviously, you know, one Vyper equals 13.011, which is cool. Right, so what we can do is just confirm the supply. Again, this will open up MetaMask, and I'm just going to confirm the transaction. And that is that. That has been now put through to the Harmony blockchain. And we'll just click on close here. And that is done. So when we go back out of this screen here, we'll be able to see that our Harmony pool or our liquidity would be added here. Here we go. So now it's 1 to Vyper, and we can obviously manage our own liquidity from this particular screen. I've converted 1 into Vyper. We've added liquidity to the pool of 1 and Vyper, and to that's generated our LP token. What we're going to do is actually go ahead and stake and earn more Vyper through this mechanism. So we're going to head over to the staking section on the top left-hand corner. Once this loads, we're going to look for our 1 Vyper pool. And we just scroll on down here. There's obviously 1x Vyper, but that's not the one that we've created. We are looking for 1 to Vyper. So we've got BSED, and here it is, right? So we ultimately have 1 to Vyper, and what we're going to do is click on the deposit button, and what we're going to do here is basically deposit our Venom LP1 Vyper. Okay, and what we're going to do is just click on the deposit. We're going to click on the maximum, so we have 11.79, and we're going to approve. This is then going to open up your MetaMask again, and what we're going to do is just confirm the transaction. This is then going to go through an approval process. Once that is done, we'll then click on the deposit, and that's going to deposit the liquidity. Again, MetaMask will open and we'll just confirm the transaction. And the transaction's been submitted, deposited 11.79 Venom LP. We can then go ahead and close this down, and there we go, guys. We are now earning, you know, a specific rate here. So we can obviously see our liquidity deposits. We can see 11.79. And this is a fantastic way to continue to earn Vyper through their mechanisms. And again, we can claim the rewards, we can deposit more, and we can withdraw from here as well. Talking about a couple of additional things. In the top right hand corner, we have the Vyper button. When we give this a click, it shows us a breakdown of your Vyper. We can see that there is 2 pending rewards. The first one is unlocked and the second is locked. So if we just hover above here, it will show you that 5% of your claimable rewards will be directly accessible upon claiming. The second one down here, locked pending rewards, which is 95% of your claimable rewards, will be locked until December 25th, 2021. And then they'll be gradually unlocked until December 25th, 2022. So again, guys, depending on what your kind of aspirations are in terms of earning passive income, it's well worth noting that only 5% will be accessible immediately, with 95% being locked until December 25th of 2021, and then they will be gradually unlocked until December 25th, 2022. With that being said, this is a good solid breakdown of everything you need to know about your Vyper and is well worth checking out. Snake month. So Venom DAO have announced the return of 128x. So when we get into this, after an insanely exciting governance proposal vote that ended up passing with razor-thin margin, the DAO and the Vyper community voted to approve the proposal to introduce Snake month. As proposed in the original proposal, Snake Month introduces 4 weeks of increased emissions. Week 1 from the 21st of June through to the 27th was a 16x multiplier. Week 2 was from the June 28th through to July 4th was a 32x multiplier. Week 3, July 5th through to July 11th was a 64x multiplier. And then obviously week 4, July 12th through to July 18th was a 128x multiplier. So Snake Month officially kicked off around 5 p.m. UTC on the 21st of June. And basically saw the emissions will get bumped up to 16x. Now, the event basically accumulates with 128x emissions bonus during the week of July 12th through to July 18th, the World Snake Day taking place on the 16th of July. So some fantastic opportunities here as well to earn a real good increase than you would normally see with a ViperSwap. Overview of what a decentralized exchange is, how to use ViperSwap, and obviously Venom DAO, and everything that goes along with that in terms of creating LP tokens, staking them, and earning additional passive income along that journey. There are many advantages to using a decentralized exchange over a centralized exchange, and I do recommend everyone has a bit of a go and a dabble with a decentralized exchange like ViperSwap. With ViperSwap, obviously being on Harmony protocol, it means it is super cheap, super fast, and easy to use. And when comparing to things like Uniswap with the ETH fees, it really does blow it out of the water. With this being said, guys, if you found this video useful and informative, do go ahead and hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Of course, if you're new, do make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. By tapping the bell, hitting all, you'll be notified of every single video that we do here, and you'll stay well informed. With that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one.